Go. What up?
What?
Go ahead.
All right. What's up, PMA LCS fam? And also, welcome PMA OWL. I see you guys spamming our chat. Welcome. Make sure that you guys go ahead and hit us with that follow as we are already in pick ban phase. What?
We in this.
Oh. I never got the link to that, but I'll use stream. So we have the Morgana band, the Caitlyn band, and the Ari band from OTP. Meanwhile, on the side of y'all, we have the Anivia, we have the Oriana, I couldn't think of the name, and the Zillion. Wow.
Whoa, wait a second. OTP picking Alistar for Slaga? Unheard of in 2019's metas.
Yeah, and to Slaga's credit, Hecarim was kind of the I guess you could say the main target of all of our fights, but Slaga had some very, very close calls in game one, almost getting away with his life in a couple of engages from the bottom from the Syracuse engage. But he's back on the Alistar, one of his most comfortable picks. Actually, if a lot of people would say it's his most comfortable pick. Second to Rakan, as you see the Leona Ashe from the side of y'all in response.
I'm interested to why they went with the Leona. Alright, well, there's a couple of things here. Number one, you just gave Jirachi Sivir again into Leona and Ashe, which I think Leona can do okay, but I think it's still going to be a little rough against Alistar. And then you go ahead and pick an immobile 80 carry into Alistar, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. But I love the Aurelion Soul pick off of the Silver Alistar. You ban my 3 champs that I play, I'll just play the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have to pick a counter to it right here. They have to have something planned, right? They had to assume that if we ban the other 3 champions, that he's going to do the one we don't ban. And here's the pick. Here's the one they wanted to do.
I don't think they will. I think... Team?
I think that's... Is that real?
Team, hello? Team?
No. Yeah, mispick.
It's
Elise. Okay, it's Elise.
Oh, okay.
So that's not the answer they're looking for mid. I don't think at least, but...
I saw the Taric and I was like, Sona Taric? Wait, there's the Leona.
Sona Taric would have been great.
Okay, as we see the Hecarim ban from the side of y'all, yeah, Theatrix is kind of a problem there.
Yeah,
so I definitely agree with that ban. Yeah, I definitely agree with it.
I think the Elise pick is really interesting. I think it's just, I don't know. I think it's a really odd place to pick because you're going essentially you are I mean, it makes sense to get on the back line of like Aurelion Sol and Sivir, but I think they just should have gone mid there. You have to have that answer to Flesh. You're giving him another champion that he loves to play, and I mean, I like that they're going with hard engage now, especially with the Leona instead of like Braum, which is a little softer of an engage. So I like that, and I love the Ashe, but the
Evelyn ban. That
makes sense again.
Yeah, so I actually think the Lysandra would have been perfectly fine into the Aurelion Soul. In my honest opinion, I mean, you go ahead and you ult the Aurelion Soul, the stars go away. The Aurelion Soul doesn't really have a way of engaging most of the time against Lysandra, which presumably take Aftershock. The Elise isn't under any strain, of getting picked or banned, in my opinion. So I'm very curious as to why they continually not pick up their mid laner once they already know who the enemy mid laner is.
I would, going off Ali's comment, grab Malzahar here. I would definitely grab mid here, unless you have a jungler that you want to play, like Jarvan. Jarvan's still up. Rek'Sai's not actually a bad pick with this team, but unless you have that priority, oh boy.
Okay. So it seems as if Yasuo.
Is it Yasuo?
Is it?
I think it is. I think it's Yasuo.
I think it is, in fact.
Let's go.
Yasuo.
All right. Is that a Yasuo into Aurelion Soul? So that's Leona Elise, or Leona Ashe, Elise jungle, Yasuo mid.
Yeah, Shyvana. Okay, yeah, Shyvana from Theatrix as well. We've seen the Theatrix very aggressive, has a lot of good wave clear, can get around the map. A little a little more time to get online than the Hecarim from game one, but I still believe that that's a very solid pick. As we're now awaiting the top lane pick here for Ganween. Does have the Garen available, will opt for the Maokai. I like that pick.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be fun if it was Yasuo top. He would just farm this Maokai. I think the Shyvana pick was pretty good. I mean, it kind of, you're getting down to bare bones junglers here at this point with most of them. Well, I mean, I don't know. Rek'Sai and Jarvan are still up, but I guess nobody wants to play those. So they're going with Maokai. Y'all has to have an answer for mid lane. There has to be something. Well, unless it's Yasuo.
I don't think the Yasuo is... Okay. Well,
all right. Let's see.
I don't know.
It's Scion. It's Scion. It's Scion.
So
it's
it is
Scion,
in fact a Yasuo mid.
So it's Scion, Elise, Yasuo, Ashe, Leona, bottom lane.
Ugh.
Yeah. Not sure what I think about this. This is an interesting pick, man.
Well, so that is in fact the Yasuo. The Scion now has the potential of knocking up the Yasuo aside from the tornado, which what I was originally scared of with that Fizz pick, because I was like, you don't, even if the Yasuo goes top, you don't have any way to like enable the Yasuo, and you kind of still don't with the Scion, because the Scion will traditionally get maybe 1 or 2 champions. Even if they're clumped up together, it's very hard to get a multi-man knockup aside from the Q. So I'm very interested to see how they play this.
I actually kind of agree with Violent Sociocat saying I like the Fizz better than the Scion. I do too. I mean, I like the Fizz better if you can send the Yasuo top and go Fizz mid. If you can't do that, then I think it's really hard because I think Yasuo into Aurelia's Soul is not a very good matchup for Yasuo. Plus, they have a lot of disengage with like Shyvana ulti and stuff like that. But I think the Fizz would have been a lot of fun. But
yeah, I do agree with that as well. The Yasuo won't exactly, depending on how Nate plays it. The Yasuo isn't a bad pickup because he will be able to freely go in and out of the stars that is around Aurelian's Soul. With the aspect of the minions. However, you can't really wind wall anything substantial other than you, which, I don't really foresee Fwesh really relying too much on that Q stun. The ultimate actually goes right through the wind wall, if I'm not mistaken, because it's technically not a projectile, correct?
What, Aurelian Soul?
Aurelian Soul's ult?
No.
Aurelian Soul's ult goes through wind wall, doesn't it? It should.
I don't know. I think it does. It's just a knockback.
I believe so as well. There's damage and there's a knockback, but it's
hopefully we'll learn this game.
Projectile, quote unquote. So that's a very volatile matchup mid lane, just from the get go. The Yasuo will be taking Conqueror, presumably. Although I have seen a lot of Yasuo mids take fleet footwork. I'm not sure. Bear Jr. isn't here to be the resident Yasuo main to be able to tell us. But I do want to draw attention to the Scion top. I think that heavily favors Scion because, the Maokai, if the Maokai can play it correctly, will be able to dodge the Scion Decimate or Q. If he gets the Twisted Advance at the right time, that's very hard to pull off a lot of the time, but I really like the Maokai pick into OTP's comp because it gives them just that lockdown. You now have a CC bot that is now going to be all over that immobile Ashe that we were talking about earlier. You now have Slugga Slasher that's going to be CCing everybody. You have the Maokai Twisted Advance and everything else at your disposal. Theatrix is presumably going to go the Shyvana AP, the full AP Shyvana. So you have a lot of AP damage. You're kind of lacking on the AD though, because you only have the Sivir, which is something that I think y'all need to take note of.
Did we ever say who the game 1 MVP was?
No, we never posted the results.
Let's go check. It was surprise, surprise, Theatrix.
Yeah, it's pretty well, yeah. I mean, the only other person that you could really give it to is enabling the Heck Run, but then at that point, why not just give it to the Heck Run?
Yeah, I would have loved to see Yasuo top. I think Nate's a really good Yasuo player. I think it makes sense, but like Yasuo into Aurelion Sol, I don't know. Again, the pick ban from y'all just frustrates me because I think that I think they have a decent idea of 3-banning mid and then forcing him onto whatever the fourth is, and then once they pick that fourth, you pick the champion that you want to counter it with. But instead, they save their mid lane until second rotation, prioritizing Elise, which is really odd. And then they go ahead and just send a tank match up top, which again, you say favor Sion, but like you want to get ahead in that lane. I think that it goes back to the team. How easy is your comp to pull off? And OTP's comp is so easy to pull off here. So I guess we'll really see what it comes down to. But I'm heavily favoring OTP in this one.
Yeah, I do tend to agree, especially since OTP has proven that should be the case for a lot of champ selects. Is your comp easier to pull off? I do agree. OTP just has overall the easiest ones. I mean, you have the Aurelion Soul. By the way, that we didn't mention before, Aurelion Soul will be able to outroam the Yasuo. And that's going to be a constant threat for both the bottom lane and the top lane of YALL. So they need to make sure that they have all of that under wraps. But there's a lot of times where Aurelion Sol just comes out of way left field and you cannot do anything. So I do expect for OTP, especially the top and the bottom lane, to communicate because Aurelion Sol does not have to have the TP in order to create those those 3v1s and those 4v2s situations, whether top lane and bottom lane respectively. So I do expect for Flesh to just be all over the map, along with whatever lane Shyvana wants to gank. And it actually enables the Shyvana because Shyvana doesn't gank, but the Aurelion Sol does. And if you can kind of create that scenario, it's going to be very scary for y'all to be able to answer.
So are you giving the advantage to
OTP?
OTP?
Yeah, I think the Shyvana is gonna outclear early because Shyvana just naturally does that. Maokai has a lot of gank assists in the top lane. If Flesh roams up, if the Shyvana roams up, we'll be able to tack on. The Sion is a little Monka-S because he does get pretty beefy pretty early. So killing him isn't exactly the easiest thing in the world to do, but it just depends on how far pushed Iron 4 Noob is up to the lane. I honestly, something that we didn't see with the Rumble, which is kind of harder to do with the Rumble, is the wave management. And, I think that goes for any one of these players from the bottom lane or the top lane. If they manage to kind of control the wave in such a way that they have a little bit of a freeze near their turret, I think they'll be relatively fine because then Flesh on the Aurelion Sol won't exactly have good targets to be able to go in and get, but it just really depends on how good they are at that wave management. And Iron 4 Noob has all the tools in order to do that as the Sion, so I really hope that he puts that into perspective and he does that against the Maokai. He doesn't have to win the lane against the Maokai, in my honest opinion, because that Soul Furnace passive will be relevant later on in the game. He just has to play safe. Something that happened with the Rumble is that he was constantly pushed up and he constantly got ganked as a result of that, and that's why the Rumble fell so fast so early, is because the Hecarim's like, oh well, he's just pushing into the tower every single time. I'm gonna go and I'm going to I'm going to punish that. And so I really think that Iron 4 Noob, even though he has the advantage of this match, he needs to wave manage. He needs to out wave manage the Maokai.
All right, so we are getting into game right now. Feel free to let your opinions know on who you think would win and why. Let us know if you don't think there's a specific matchup that is better for one team or the other. My friend Sebastian, would you like to do play-by-play this game?
I can do play-by-play for sure.
Okay, it'll make it a little easier for me to control the camera.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Oh, General Dill coming in with the hashtag BAT win. Well, regardless, what always. OTP win, y'all win, BAT win, doesn't matter. What really does matter is HOTS lose. As we are going to load into game here, I'm at 0. We'll just make sure we're lined up.
5 seconds.
1, 2. Are you good?
Yeah, we're lined up.
All right, we are good to go as we are in game number 2. OTP having a 1-0 lead, and here we go.
All right, it'll be so I think this thing's just gonna be a 5 both sides. This is gonna be a 5-point start for both sides. No team really has the edge up here in the support role. Usually is where you see if you can level 1 gauge. The Elise does have the bind, but I'd be very surprised if he took that level 1 and kind of ruin his chances against the Shyvana wave clear or just the Shyvana clear in general.
Yeah, I would tend to agree, and I think it's just going to be regular 5-point. No team's level 1 is really too strong here.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's kind of hard for OTP because Flesh does have the stars, which aren't clouded by Fog of War.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think one thing we haven't really necessarily talked about is the Shyvana pick and just how much of a necessity it is for that Shyvana to get the dragons. I mean, if they're not able to do that, then obviously it kind of counteracts the champion as a whole. So I think they really have to play for that. As they are going to see both junglers starting pretty normal. Some early vision. Looks like there was a ward placed from the side of YALL in Pixel Brush and River, and a little bit of an aggressive ward from OTP on the top side.
I really like that ward by Ganwian. He opted not for the Pixel Brush, but a little bit further into the jungle. And what that's going to do... Oh, wow, as he takes that Decimate very, very early on. And what that's going to do is it could... there's a lot of junglers that like to kind of kite the Raptor camp into the river. So it'll give him that early vision, as Slaga just takes a lot of damage there in that little... first trade there.
Yeah, Ganwing gets taken down to about half health. Also, bottom lane on the side of OTP gets taken down to half health. Just some early aggression from both sides. Actually, I'm really curious to see if this Leona pick pays off. I think it's a good pick. You want to mix it up a little bit. You want to go with something really aggressive and just try to make the plays happen. As we are going to see the level 2 from the side of OTP, but it doesn't look like they're going to be too aggressive.
Yeah, and really good job there. As we see a fight in the river right here. Syracuse did pick up the scuttle. However, he's getting chunked out a lot by Theatrix that already has the red buff. Oh, Flesh actually hitting the Q will get those empowered stars through, but it doesn't look like anything else is going to come from it, as Theatrix, again, Slash is still level 2, going to be taken down pretty low, as Ganwian already kind of held back here in the top lane as well. So a little bit of an aggressive play there from OTP out early, but I mean, they can do it as of right now, as we see Flash trying to get something on Nate here, but it doesn't really nothing really happens off of that.
Hey, just so you know, when those crazy fights happen, I'm gonna keep following the fight that's happening, so letting direct take over.
Yeah. I generally just stay on directed camera no matter what.
And then when it's done, we'll go back to directed camera.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Oh man! All right, so let's take a look here. So Theatrix with about an 8 CS lead, nothing too much there. Probably just the Krug differential. 4 CS lead in the top lane. Flesh with a pretty substantial lead of 6 minions there in the mid lane. Generally, everything right now it's all even. Hecarim hasn't gotten a kill. However, we still have about a minute before the first blood happened, even though we didn't show it.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. If Hecarim had got to kill this game, I'd be really worried. But it is pretty even. But I think there is a slight advantage to the side of OTP. Obviously, it's only 100 gold, and we're really just playing around early ganks. I think this really speaks to the necessity of that Elise to get off an early gank here. I mean, Theatrix is obviously playing for these dragon fights, but they really need to get a gank off from Syracuse early on one of these solo laners and just get them rolling.
And Ganwian, little known fact there, Ganwian pulled that off perfectly. That's exactly how you counter a Scion Decimate. Pulled it off perfectly, so I do expect him to be able to do that consistently. Hopefully. Hopefully. Can only hope. But yeah, no, still a very calm early game as of right now. All the champions just trying to scale and everything. Theatrics will scout out a pink ward here in the Tribush. But you know, again, the Sivir Alistar pushing up all the way into the turret. You know, nothing that we didn't really see happen or foresee happening. As Nate putting on a little bit of a trade there, winning the trade against Flesh. That Yasuo pick already looking pretty solid there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we'll need to get to some team fights first. You know, I think obviously having an okay laning phase is good, but when that's the team fight.
Oh, but Syracuse is down here in the bottom lane, misses the binding. Slugger Splash will knock him up. Will repel forward, and that is it for that gank. Very unfortunate. The web did not hit anybody. Misses, and well, actually hit the upright. But not exactly something that you want to happen in your League of Legends games, as Nate has level 6, trying to find something on Flesh in the middle lane. Although Flesh is just going to go ahead and back off into the turret.
Yeah, something to note from that gank is both AD carries now do not have Flash, so this will be a very easy regank opportunity for Syracuse. Obviously, he doesn't have the mana to make it happen right now, but again, Syracuse really needs to apply this pressure early. He has to get some of these ganks off, and they have to be successful just because of the scaling that Shyvana will eventually have.
Yeah, but something different that happened from the last fight is that Theatrix is now in the area, so he will be able to counter gank if at all possible. Again, both of these AD carries do not... Oh, but he's been scouted out. Syracuse is running for Theatrix and Flesh. Well, actually gets the cocoon onto Theatrix. Theatrix taken down very low. Ignited. Will go down to first blood for the Leona. Slaga is getting the return kill onto Syracuse. Now Nate is in a very bad situation. Nate does have the tornado available, but the blast cone will be able to get them out. It does not look like they will keep on engaging. Oh, but yeah, the tornado had just timed out for Nate. He really wanted that tornado onto Flesh.
Yeah, it's a good try. Actually, a little too aggressive by Theatrix, pushing a little too far into the jungle. They were lucky enough to get a re-kill back on the Syracuse. But just a little too aggressive from Theatrix. Has to rein it back. It was a good call that they were actually able to find Syracuse on his blue. It was a nice heads-up play to try to make something happen off of it. But yeah, just fighting off a little more than they could chew.
Yeah, and it was especially very... didn't have the flash up. Flash just now coming off of cooldown, so they probably had tabs on that as well. However, very funny to note is that both supports actually getting the kills, the return kills there. So, you know, not really a lot of golds going into a lot of pockets. However, I guess you could...
Us support mains take offense to that. Where's Violet Sociocat? Help me out here. We get that first blood and we're like, oh, the game's ours.
To be fair, there's a lot more gold. There's a lot more gold going into the pocket of Syracuse and to Freedom Penguin because they do only share the assist between 2 people rather than the 3 from the side of OTP.
That is true. That is a good point. Oh, are we seeing some cheese? Oh, the Hex Flash!
Oh, the Hex Flash!
Oh, the combo!
Oh yeah, Windwall won't save you from that as aggressive, and that will be taken down. 3 members of OTP here going to go ahead and take Nate's life.
Beautiful. Well, so well played. I mean, that just goes to show why they just first picked Alistar. Slaga just an absolute monster on that pick. The Hex Flash over the wall into the combo, but Jirachi knows he's by himself.
Yeah, Jirachi is by himself, but does have that that spell shield available. Now Slaga is here, so will deter any more engagements from happening onto his carry. Whew. Alright, so hopefully we have a little bit more of a lull in the action here.
Matt, Iron4 new messaging me. Want to count the number of ganks I've gotten? Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Predictive chats, everybody. Is there a way to turn off chat? There is. I'm just going to do that.
Wait, what do you mean? Okay, well, in any case, I'm kind of confused. Anyway, so we see Iron with a pretty substantial gold lead here in the top lane, 16 CS. Not really a lot happening in this top lane, so I guess maybe that's why he made the comment of, you know, of no ganks. Theatrix with a 13 CS lead in the jungle. Mid lane pretty much even, about a wave difference there, and you know a wave difference of bottom lane as well. Yeah, about a 500k gold lead. That's presumably for the Scion. I'm sorry, for the extra kill there on the side of OTP. Ooh, Saga Slasher trying to become aggressive there.
Ooh, they're gonna
As
dive.
Flesh is in the top lane, looking for the dive onto Iron 4 Noob. Misses on the ultimate. Flesh gets out. Ganwian trying to make it out. Going right into the Scion passive. Will flash out, but it doesn't look like Sarah Cruz is caught out by Theatrics. That's so much damage.
AP Shyvana!
Wow.
Let's go!
Yeah, so good. Doesn't even have the runic echoes just yet, but doesn't even need it. The ultimate from Shyvana scales so well with the AP that the amplifying tome is enough. Oh, but we see here in the bottom lane, Jirachi getting stunned up by Slaga Slasher. The arrow hitting well, but nothing much to come out of it. As Slaga burning the Unbreakable Will as well.
Yeah, nice try in that play down there in the bottom lane. Really nice dive up top though. Flesh having to burn Flash obviously to escape, which is a really nice roam, generating a gank for himself. Oh, actually a kill for himself, I should say. So great play.
Oh wow, Ganwian doesn't care about Iron 4 Noob right now. It's like, no, you're not. I'm not the one that's caught. You're the one that's caught. But now realizes that Theatrics is here for the counter engage. Does not have the ultimate available, but I don't think it really matters. He does a lot of damage. Has the red buff. The flash from Ganwian will get him out. Oh no! And the Iron Noob flash. Oh, looking for Theatrics, but it does not look like it's gonna happen. Very unfortunate there. Trying to get that last little tick of damage. As long as Slasher coming in as well. Sarah Cruz trying to get the engage here. Landing the cocoon on Slaga Slasher. Slaga Slasher does not have. Slaga does not. God damn it. Slaga does not have the ultimate, the Unbreakable Will available. He's gonna fucking hate me for that, but I don't really care. As Nate trying to go aggressive onto Flesh here, ulting underneath the tower. Wow. But the Catalyst already bought on Flesh, so he is pretty healthy. He's gonna be a pretty healthy boy. As Ganwian is down here, I believe, presumably he teleported, getting the Twisted Advance, but nothing much else to come from it. As Freedom Penguin and Slaga Slasher will, the Slaga Slasher is correct by the way. Slaga Slasher will get a tower play, but Theatrics will get the entire top lane tower.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't get it all.
Oh well, no, not all of it.
I'm excited to see
this
AP Shyvana damage just start to obliterate people. I mean, he's like even all these ganks, even with just an amplifying tome. Oh, get ready. If you in chat haven't seen AP Shyvana,
oh, we see the engage Slaga Slasher with the headbutt pulverized combo, Flesh with the ignite and the ultimate, the heal coming out. Sarah Cruz is gonna go down to Jirachi. Freedom Penguin is in a very bad spot right here. Will have to flash over the wall. Does have that available and get out with his life.
yeah, I mean that just kind of shows the advantage right now that OTP has. I mean, they're trying to make plays happen, but it doesn't matter. They're just so far ahead. Actually, yeah, Freedom Penguin does have a Blade of the Ruin King finish, though. I mean, a lot of it comes down to utilizing the Ashe ulti. I mean, they should have probably tried to turn on Jirachi instead of going into that fight against tanks. I mean, a lot of it comes down to the fact that they just had to play around who Slaga Slasher was trying to go in on. Yeah, unfortunately for them, that's just not the fight they're looking to take. But still, they still have an effective team composition, just need to kind of play it together.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a very different game right now. Slaga with the headbutt combo into the pulverize, into Theatrics ultimate. Slaga Slasher doesn't look like he's gonna get. Oh no, flashed over the wall. Head flashes with them. Red buff is applied. Holy smokes, that damage is coming out from Theatrics right now.
Oh, nice ultimate.
Oh, Ganwian is in a very big pickle right now as he gets cocooned. Does not have the flash available. Will get smited. The decimate won't go through, but it doesn't matter. I don't really think he'll be able to live from this. I don't think. Oh, the execute damage from the bias. Freedom Penguin now in the bottom lane getting stunned up. Did flash. Slaga Slasher will die as well, burning the ultimate there from Freedom Penguin. Really good heads up play as Flesh is in the middle trying to 1v1 Nate, or rather Nate trying to 1v1 Flesh. I don't think he's going to go ahead and get this.
Okay, literally fights happening in all three lanes. So let's break that down one by one. Ganwian obviously getting picked off. A nice try to escape, but a really nice gank by Sarah Cruz. You know, they needed to get anything going in their favor, so a really great job. On the opposite end, amazing aggression from Slaga. Unfortunately, he did give his life, but he gave another kill to his AD carry, who is now at an Infinity Edge. So benefiting opposite teams, but really nice aggressive plays looking at both sides.
Hey, but something to note. YALL with the first turret.
Oh.
When we thought that was going to go either in the bottom lane or Theatrics taking it with the Rift Herald, so it ended up being first turret for YALL. However, OTP responds by just getting the dragon.
Yeah, it's actually probably not ideal that they waited as long to get first dragon, so we're going to see the ulti.
Oh, Theatrics is getting... Theatrics going in. All three members still diving Nate. The three-man squad is just too much. This is a 3v1 lane right now for Nate. He has to feel bad right now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this just comes down to Slugga. Oh!
Oh, wow, an aggressive play over there from Slugga slash a... Slugga just going to go ahead and headbutt a minion to try and get out. Iron4 Noob is in the thick of it right now. Is a very tanky boy. The double stun coming out on Theatrics. Theatrics is going to go down. The cocoon just barely missing the other target.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very, very, very effective Alistar. I mean, he is making a ton of plays here across the map. Slugga Slash looking to be aggressive with that ultimate, but there just was no team to follow up. But they actually might be able to get this tower now.
Well, they actually did end up getting the kill onto Theatrics through the Zenith Blade, the Iron4 Noob Decimates, and the Crystalline Arrow from Freedom Penguin. So a very nice catch there. I do believe that was shutdown gold of 400 going into the pocket of Zion. And Ganlian is just caught out for no reason right here. The Decimate going through. He is not going to be able to live through these three members. 4 if you count the Ash, but it wasn't really there.
It was a really nice. It was a really nice engage by Slugga Slash. You know, he found that pick. He knew they had the team to back it up, and they're turning this back around slowly but surely.
As we see Slugga clearing out the vision there, almost getting engaged on by Iron4 Noob. He probably thought about it, but instead opted to try and get more of this.
I was actually thinking that because Slugga doesn't have his ultimate. I think it could have been doable if he just ulted in straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Guess we'll have to see. But so YALL coming back and making this a 1k gold lead right now for the side of OTP. OTP kind of need to, you know, slow down and try and find a lot more of these team fights that they were going for in the early game, because right now it does seem like they're over aggressing a lot of the times, and as we saw there with Theatrics just randomly getting picked for being too far up, not respecting the Ashe ultimate and not respecting every other form of CC that YALL has to offer, and just dies for, you know, no reason.
Yeah, we could see a dive,
the middle lane siege is coming through. Like Greg says, there could be a dive happening. They're trying to get this middle turret, and it will go down. Jirachi picking that up.
The CC!
Oh my god, the CC coming in so strong, but I don't think that's the target they want, as Flash Ultimate comes through, absolutely demolishes Nate. Theatrics is in the back line as well. Iron4 Noob has already died as well. Jirachi flashing forward with the ultimate, trying to make something happen. Theatrics barely gets away with his life as well, and the rest of YALL are reeling right now, but Slasher with a great engage, not enough damage from Syracuse on the execute from the Elise, and Slasher will go down as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of that actually revolved around Flesh. He did a great job of just spacing out from the Maokai engage and just everything in general, knowing he could just sit there and essentially just do free damage to the entire team. Really great positioning by him in that team fight, and just a huge win for OTP. Now sitting at about a 4k gold lead, so a really nice turn for them.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate that they weren't able to get the catch onto Theatrics, even though he was... I believe Jirachi did burn the heal to end up saving his life. So yeah, just very unfortunate amount of circumstances there for YALL. At the very beginning, they burned a lot of their CC options onto Ganwian, but again, that is the tank. I'm not exactly sure you want to invest so much into trying to get the tank, and he ended up getting out as well. Not a lot of damage coming out from Freedom Penguin as of yet. Does have the Blade of the Ruined King. Nate with the Static Shiv as well. The Static Shiv as well. Doesn't exactly have a lot of damage as of right now.
Yeah, that's one of the downsides of YALL's team into OTP, is that if their initial engage doesn't work, the disengage of OTP is so strong, as it looks like we're posturing around Dragon Fruit fight.
Yeah, but they're right on top of a ward. Slaughter Slasher with a 3-man headbutt pulverized combo, and this fight is so split. Theatrics going right for Nate. Nate isn't going to be long for this world. Slaughter Slasher's in the back. The bottom lane, I'm sorry, Jirachi and Ganwian are both trying to get at him. Syracuse is going to go down as well. Just a complete wipe.
Yeah, the Slugger Slasher engaged, not quite. The Slugger engaged. But yeah, very nice engaged by Slugger with that WQ combo to knock up 3 members of the side of YALL, getting that fight going. Not only did they get those 3 kills, or 4 kills, but they also pick up the dragon as well, a mountain dragon. So a second dragon on Shyvana, 4 kills, and they're looking really strong.
Yeah, and y'all didn't even know that they were right on top of the ward. They thought they were being the sneakiest of boys, but it ended up being that they were just getting baited the entire time, and that was probably one of the easiest headbutt pulverized combos that Slaga has had on the 3-man.
They'll bait you and outsmart you.
As we see posturing here for Baron, that is the next objective, trying to get the vision. Trying to win the vision war. Y'all need to make sure that they protect all of this vision here, because right now Baron would be disastrous if it went on the side of OTP.
Yeah, it definitely would be a pretty big throw. Actually, I think OTP might just want to back off here. I mean, I guess they have decent waves like bottom lane, but they're all each sitting on at least 1,000 gold except for top lane. 1.6 on the Shyvana. That's a lot of gold to be spent before you start what could be the game deciding Baron.
Yeah, I do agree. Just go ahead and hit the reset. They do not have the. I'm sorry, YALL does not have a Earth Drake, so they don't take it. They don't take it extremely fast. They do have the Elise, the Yasuo, and the Ashe that do provide a lot of damage, but I don't think they really do much at the 21-minute mark. As we see, Theatrics is still on that gold. Jirachi is still on that gold as well. Who actually backed? No, it was Slogga that went back to cash in on some gold. I really do want Theatrics and Jirachi to try and get that reset off, as you were saying earlier. But no, it looks like they're sticking around. They're trying to make sure that that y'all, for some reason, would try to a 21-minute Baron attempt.
I mean, they could if they. I mean, they have a Mountain Dragon and a Shyvana. I mean, they just need to zone off with Vision. I think they probably should opt to do some kind of 1-3-1. You know, it's really risky to do this Baron, especially when it's pretty much a 50-50. Especially when you don't have an inhibitor. Oh,
wow! The Cocoon actually landing onto Theatrics, but it doesn't matter. Jirachi already on the with the spell shield on the ultimate. Slaughter Slasher looks like he's gonna just go down. Very unfortunate there at the very beginning of the fight. Jirachi does not have the ultimate, but it doesn't matter. 4v5. Now this Baron threat is very apparent for OTP right now.
Yeah, I think this is pretty much just theirs to get. I mean, Ganwi did teleport bottom lane, which is a little interesting. I mean, now they actually, I don't think this is necessarily free. They have to be careful.
Yeah, that very strange call on TP bot. I don't think that's really what they wanted to go for. Usually you want that to be able to get back into the Baron pit. So a little bit of a questionable TP there from Ganwian, as we see resets happening all around the map. And finally, Theatrics and Jirachi go ahead and cash in on that gold.
Yeah, I mean, they can really crush this Baron if they need to, but again, it is AP Shyvana. That is something to note, so she won't necessarily be doing as much damage as she would to Baron as if she were AD. Doesn't mean she won't be doing a ton of damage, because she still will. But I imagine OTP are just going to slow play this. Kind of look to what they did with it before. Just pop the Silver ulti, get your one pick, and see if we can posture around Baron. I think if they keep doing that over and over and over, they'll be able to close it out, as they have such a pretty big advantage right now. Almost 7k, about 24 minutes in.
Yeah, but they have to be careful because Ganwian does not have the TP available. I am not 100% sure if y'all are aware of it, or if they're, or if they just think that he does have it. I'm not 100% did, but they're actually starting it right now. Rachi and Slugga are here. Flesh is taking this out as well. They are. Oh, nobody knows. They don't have the vision, and Theatrics is actually postured in the mid lane. So really good stuff here. Baron is about half health right now. Theatrics is now here. Slugga very low though, all from that Baron. Oh my god, and they just take it right under the nose of y'all.
Yeah, and they had great vision control. They knew they had an advantage, and there was nothing that the side of YALL could do. They couldn't push up towards the Baron for risk of walking into a bush, just getting cheesed, and they couldn't get any vision anywhere, just, you know, because of the pressure that they had. Great job by OTP. Now we'll see what they do with the Baron.
Yeah, but also so smart. Whoever it is that made that Baron call, very, very smart. They had Theatrix postured in the mid lane, so that kind of gave YALL a false sense of security. It was like, oh, well, their jungler's not there. They couldn't possibly be doing Baron. But Jirachi already on that IE Phantom Dancer, as he just... the Crystalline Arrow was so close to hitting Slaga, trying to get out as well. Jirachi now in a very precarious situation. Oh, the 3 knock of Slaga. Their bottom... their backline is just melting.
Oh!
Nate is trying to get the snipe from the Shyvana ultimate. Ganwian is now here as well. They're going to pick up these last 2 kills. It's going to be an ace. YALL are reeling right now, and that's probably game?
No,
they have Baron up.
It's inhib. I don't think it's game. Now, there's 10 seconds left on jungler and AD carry, and support's up in 20. It's not going to be game. It's definitely inhib. I imagine they'll go inhib to bottom tower to dragon, something along those lines. But I don't know. Really nice engage by Theatrix. It's definitely not over.
I think they want to go for it though. Ganwian has
try.
the flash
It's
twisted
risky.
Advance. No, it looks like they're just going to go ahead and back up.
So I think they'll just go for dragon now. Now that all the spawns
the
are
safer
up.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that it's like there's no point to go for the end there, especially because you can just snag this dragon and you just use your ultimates and you have very low mana. Well, you did have very low mana, so it's just a risky play. But this dragon just makes that Shyvana even stronger. That damage from the Shyvana is insane.
It is absolutely insane. Slaga and Theatrix, the duo dive brothers, as it were, right now. Is Ganwian getting engaged on?
Nice
just gonna go ahead and flash out.
Oh wow.
No, yeah, he's just going to go ahead and get out. Freedom Penguin burning the ultimate there, trying to make something happen. But Ganwian is already tanky with that, what does he have? He has a Sunfire Cape, and he's just now bought the Spirit Visage as well. So he's definitely not going down fast anytime soon. As Flesh flashing in front of Iron 4 to try and stop the ultimate, he does. He gets the stun on Jirachi, trying to pull as much damage as well. He gets ulted into the wall. Flesh trying to make something happen as well. Slaga from the back line with the headbutt. I don't think that's what he wants, does Jirachi with a very good spell shield on the Decimate. Very aggressive here from the side of OTP, but it doesn't look like they really care.
I don't understand why they're trying to make these ballsy plays happen. And you still have Baron, just utilize your split push. You know you have middle and hip down. Yeah, get someone in the bottom lane, get some speed pressure up, but they just want to go for a straight up fight.
Oh, Ganwian with the twisted advance onto Syracuse, actually catching him out, will go down. Jirachi is legendary.
Yeah, and now they're just able to get anything they pretty much want. Gonna get the second tier turret. I imagine they'll pick up an inhib, but they actually might be able to end the game now.
Yeah, they're well, right now it is a 4v5. Syracuse is down for 20 seconds. I believe this will be another inhib. I don't know if they can end just yet. Iron 4 Noob going very deep, trying to find something out to Flesh. As Freedom Penguin trying to put in as much damage as possible. Theatrix just comes in, goes ahead, secures that top lane inhibitor. It does look like a reset is happening. It looks like they're just going to go to the bottom lane and just do it all over again.
I mean, it makes sense. There's no point in rushing it. You have the wave clear. You have the advantage right now. You just control tempo of the game. I think they could have ended it a little sooner.
Ganwian doesn't have flash. Ganwian is just there, you know, kind of making his presence known. Twisted advance onto Slaga. Slash almost... Theatrix with the huge ultimate. Jirachi getting the kill there. Little over aggressive there from Theatrix. Slaga slash it down. Theatrix down for the side of OTP. The turret goes down, and it looks like y'all have to get away from here. Twisted advance onto Nate. Nate just gonna go ahead and get out. A huge decimate from Iron 4. Man, Decimate. Jirachi still has the Guardian Angel available. Meanwhile, Slug is just in the backline with the Unstoppable Will, trying to make something happen, but he will go down. Iron 4 Noob on the other side, almost going down as well. Nate trying to find a way onto Jirachi. Jirachi just getting away with their life. Any comments? As we do see here, Ganwian and Jirachi still trying to make something happen here. Ganwian with a 3-man knock away, but it doesn't matter. He will go down. Jirachi will get out as well as Flesh. Oh man, absolutely crazy.
That was actually insane. I don't know. To me it just kind of feels like OTP are just not ending the game for the sake of not ending the game. I mean, especially with like taking the super aggressive fight there. I unfortunately don't think it really matters. I think this game is gonna be over no matter what. Unless like they do 5 more of those and Ash picks up 4 or more kills. But I think it's gonna be really, 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 really hard to come back into this game. But OTP just gotta end it.
Yeah, for sure. And they kind of need to stop being so over aggressive. Theatrics diving into 4 different people trying to make something happen. As we see here, the Baron is now starting to is actually being started. Y'all do have the information that they need. They have started up Baron. They don't have any wards on it though, so they don't know how far it is. Sloggo with the headbutt. Wow, Syracuse trying to go ahead and make something happen, but ends up giving his life over it. Now I think that was the nail in the coffin. The Baron is on the side of OTP. They already have an inhibitor down. They have 2 inhibitors down, actually. It does look like this is going to be the end of the game. Possibly, depending on how aggressive Theatrics is on this Shyvana. Does have the ultimate available. As Ganymede actually with the twisted advance up onto Nate. The huge knockup combo from the Slaughter / Nate gets decimated, gets absolutely melted. Iron 4 Noob is in the backline trying to make something happen. Ganwian peeling for Jirachi. It does look like everyone is going to go down here. Freedom Penguin and Iron 4 Noob are still alive. Well, Iron 4 Noob is as alive as can be. Syracuse is already back up, but it doesn't matter. I don't think Syracuse trying to make something happen. Flash is out. It does look like this is going to be the end. OTP with the 2-0. Whew. All right. So, congratulations to OTP first and foremost, getting that very, very solid 2-0 victory over YALL. Very emphatic, very well deserved. Jirachi 12-0. Theatrics 11-3, Sloggo with the 21 assists. I mean, everything was happening for OTP right there. Everybody everybody played their role perfectly, I guess so to say. Ganwian, very good job on the tank, the engage, really set up a lot of those just absolute decimating bursts. Sloggo with the high 5 plays as well. Very well played from everybody. Y'all, I understood where y'all was going for, or what they were going for with the team fights and whatnot. Iron 4 Noob trying to put out the best. Syracuse, a very unfortunate couple of circumstances where Syracuse didn't get the kills on very low targets such as Theatrics and Jirachi or Flesh on a couple of occasions. Very unfortunate there, but again, still very well played. But again, congratulations to OTP for getting that Game 2 victory and the 2-0 match point.
All right, so Game 1 MVP was Theatrics. We are doing the vote for Game 2 MVP. Who would you give it to?
Man, I'd have to give it to Slaga. I mean, it's the Alistar. So many great engages, including a couple of questionable ones, but they were so far ahead that he could get away with a lot of those. But just constant 3-man, 2-man knockups. It was just almost impossible for y'all to breathe under that kind of pressure. I mean, Slaga Slasher with the Leona had a very good showing into trying to counter that matchup. However, Slaga just doesn't care, knows that champion, knows the ins and outs, and understands what he is capable of, and he shows it every single time he plays it. Who would you give your MVP vote to, Greg?
Honestly, don't even know. I think the whole team played really well. I'd probably give it to Jirachi, just because of just honestly finding a lot of those picks off of the ultimate and generally played really safe in that game. I'm not giving it to Jirachi solely because they trolled the straw poll. So I'm gonna vote for somebody else. But I
Solid,
think I
solid,
would if that
solid.
hadn't happened, I think I definitely would have given it to Jirachi just because they played really well and just kind of they just knew they could get the picks off the ulti. So
Yeah. Also, if I had to give an overall like game MVP, I'd give it to Flesh. Flesh just had an amazing showing on both the Zillion and the Aurelion Soul, respectively. Kind of makes you understand why teams triple ban him, because he's so proficient in all of those champions, can make things happen, and if left unchecked, I mean, you see what happens. So very, very good showing on Flesh. Again, huge shout out to Jirachi as well. Did not die once this past game. I believe didn't die last game either, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they did. But still very solid positioning. I mean, for you not to die, or for them not to die, I mean, it has to show for something. So really good job. I just think that a lot of the playmaking aspects came from Slaga Game 2 and the Hecarim Theatrics Game 1. So that's why I gave my votes there.
all right,
But
I think we're gonna call it here. And Slaga is your game 2 player of the game.
Solid.
So everybody, jump to the player of the game channel if you are listening.
Ah, you took my spot.
Haha.
I was trying to click on player of the game and you like showed up right there. Hey!
That was calculated.
Hey!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Congratulations on a 2-0 win tonight. And other than that, a MVP performance for both of you guys. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Go ahead, Seb.
Okay. So Twitch chat, if you have any questions for these game MVPs, please type them up in the chat. So I actually have a question. So game 1 was all Zillion Hecarim. Was that a comp that you guys had in y'all's back pocket for the longest time? Or was that something that you guys just recently started to practice, or did you even practice it at all?
No, this is first time.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Cool. So, talk us through what the thought process was there for that combination to work out.
Well, the early game was pretty fortunate for us. We got a couple early kills that I don't think we necessarily should have, and it helped out to get us a little ahead. And when Hecarim was a lot ahead really quick. So we just thought that it would be great if we got the Zillion ults onto Hecarim in those like mid-game skirmishes where I have to dive a little deep, and it just worked, I guess.
Okay, cool. Second question that I have is so Slaga Grant, very well known for his Alistar. Did you guys plan on the Alistar being banned, or did you guys fully expect for the triple ban to be thrown at Flesh to be able to open up that Alistar pick? Was it something that you guys kind of knew was going to happen, or did you guys think that there's no way that they're going to let Alistar through?
I don't even play that champion.
Shut up.
Well, we've kind of decided that in our pick bans, we got really talkative in past drafts. And so this is just an overall of how it's going. We decided that we have set champions that we want, but Eric is now in charge of pick ban just in general. So yeah, we were kind of surprised that they banned out only Eric Flesh, for those who don't know who Eric is. And I'm not really sure why we keep getting Sivir Alistar. I don't know why, because if it's up, we pick it. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird giving you guys what we thought on the caster desk. How they banned they banned in game 1 Flesh. They banned the Anivia, the Aurelion Soul, and the Oriana, but then let him have the Zillion, even though Zillion was the third most played champion that he's had. So that's what we were kind of confused about as well. So really good pickup there. Greg, do you have anything?
I mean, I guess I got a question for both of you guys. What would you consider kind of after looking at these games, kind of how your season's been? I think you guys are going to be like in 6th place now or 5th place now. I could be wrong, but kind of looking at that, what would you guys say? What does your team need to do to maintain this success versus what do they need to avoid to make sure that they you don't continue to get any losses at all?
Adam, you want to do this?
I could try. We work very hard each week, even though the last few weeks a lot of us haven't had a lot of time to play the game. Flesh specifically spends a lot of time doing analysis, like really, really in-depth statistical analysis on every team that we face. He reviews VODs, he does all sorts of stuff. So Flesh is like a mad genius, and and he puts us in like really, really, really clear guidelines. He gives us really clear guidelines for what it is that we need to do to accentuate our strengths and what we need to minimize. So each week we try to improve, and this week we just so happened to get some more time to play. Like all of us got more time to practice, and we actually got to put some of it into practice. And I don't know. I don't know if Grant agrees, but I think that in general we could be one of the strongest teams if we play at the level that we know we can play at. We just need to be as on the same page with each other as possible.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm just here for.
I just take credit for the win because Eric got lessons with one of my mid laners, so that's definitely the reason you guys won. 100%.
Yeah, I'm getting my coaching tomorrow, so
Oh!
that was without the coaching.
OTP is about to hit their stride, man.
They're about to get Super Saiyan.
Oh, I'm not getting coaching, but still get MVPs. Get wrecked.
Oh shit!
All right. So next week, you guys are going to be going up against Paw. And then, the subsequent week after that, you guys will be going against DBP. So DBP is I believe, tied for the number 2 team right now. What are your guys' goals here in the next couple of weeks? As Greg said, it's to, kind of make sure that you get more wins under your belts and really solidify yourselves. And, you guys still definitely have a bid for, top 2, top 3 seed. What do you guys, what are you guys' goals right now on a week-to-week basis in order to kind of power up in those in the standings?
We're gonna win all of our games from here on. I mean, DBP is a very strong team. Paw, is that Ali's team?
Yes,
Paw?
it is.
Ali is always awesome to compete against. I love playing against Ali. Ali's one of my besties. But I think that in general, like I said, like Flesh just does individual analysis really, really heavily before every game. And so each week we kind of get to like put last week's game behind us and just move forward with a brand new blueprint. And just for, sake of saying so ahead of time, who is on DBP? Like who's their whole team?
DBP consists of Guy Fieri, Frontlash, Jaundice, Fudgy Ditters, and Symphonian.
Okay, so we scrimmed against DBP actually, but Jaundice was not there. Instead, they had Vitatis playing jungle for them, and we 2-0'd them. And that was 3 weeks ago. So we weren't, I don't know if they were playing it very seriously, but we definitely have the ability, I think, to put up a fight against them. So we'll see where we are when we get there.
Nah, we suck.
All right.
All right.
You want to go ahead and close this out here, Seb?
Yeah. So again, congratulations to both of you guys for the clean 2-0 victory over YALL. I believe the next game will be tomorrow. well, actually, we have a couple of games tomorrow. It will be OOF versus SVT and LDD versus LOT. That's definitely going to be on my radar to watch tomorrow. Both of them will be 10 p.m. EDT. I'm not sure if it's determined where both of those games will be aired, but if you haven't already, make sure you hit that follow button so that way we know, or that way you guys know when and where those games will happen. And then we also have a game on Monday, which will be DBP versus TBR. So make sure, and that will be on PMA LCS. So make sure you catch that. So, from everybody here in the Casters S, I was Uncle Jemima, joined by Gerg7, and we will see you guys on the next one.